Can you hear me well and all that?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Good, good, good. Okay. So, I'm ITR. I own the channel this video is going up on. So, I don't think I need to introduce myself. And this is...
This is... well, you can call me Alphie, but I'm the owner of the channel, Aozora Mashimaro, which is a, it's a VTuber and voice acting channel, I would say. Best I could describe it, yeah.
Yes, and you've been a VTuber since last year, if I remember correctly. And then you were gradually gaining fame, and then you really took off when you started making Omori comic dubs and skits, which are very good, by the way. Check them out. And you also did some in-character streams as the Omori cast.
Oh yeah, that was actually the most interesting part of it.
Yeah, so how, other than like the fame, of course, how have the Omori streams impacted you?
The Omori streams.
Well, I mean
They,
the streams as the
yeah.
characters, not of the game, which you also did.
I mean, honestly we could include the games. We could include the games as well, because it's, if we're not talking fame, we can start talking about the Omori streams as well, as in the game itself, which I started way before I decided to make, skits and memes about it, because, well, let's just say, like, a lot of people, this game personally resonated with me. But then it all started because me and my rigger artist, we had a random idea, like, hey, what if, because there was a running joke on the Omori Discord, talking about Kel Gaming, as in Kel being a gamer, and my artist rigger was like, hey, what if I actually make Kel as a VTuber, avatar? And we just kind of went with that, because we thought that would just be a joke for elaborate shitpost. And so we did. But after seeing the reception this got, people actually wanted more. And obviously, you see, there's some potential in that. So we started expanding. We started basically debuting Kel Gaming, seeing how the reception goes if he streams. I wasn't expecting much, to be honest, but for the first time, when I was streaming Omori the game, as Kel, the reception was just overwhelming. Because usually I'm just kind of in my quiet corner, of YouTube, like, I would just kind of beg to get at least 10 viewers, at least, please. But everything just happened so fast. There was so many people. The chat was so active, and this just turned the stream into a very fun one, because the interaction and engagement had so much energy in it. So after that stream, we decided to, people really like it. Let's expand it to other characters. Let's get Sunny. I think Sunny was the next. Sunny was next, and he was featuring in other memes, and it was also featuring in the finale, the finale of Omori. After that, we wanted to expand on other genres of games, such as Basil, playing Animal Crossing and such. And the last one to appear was Hero, who would most likely play any kind of puzzle-based game or such. So how did streaming and all these characters impacted me?
Yeah, like on a personal level.
on a personal level, but more how it impacted us. Because that's the thing I talked about before. It's not how it impacted me; it's how it impacted us. Still, I know I did talk about it before. I know I did talk about it before, but it's still something that I'm not too comfortable talking about because it's not very simple to explain. But basically, I don't know if you heard, but I explained before that I have a condition called DID, which is dissociative identity disorder. This is caused by childhood trauma, and basically the symptoms is that I do have more than one personality. This was basically as a response to cope, basically. And what I found is that basically all of my personalities could basically they could be out there. They could express themselves without fear of judgment. They could do it in plain sight. And most people would think, oh, it's just a voice actor doing it's just a voice actor doing Sunny, Kel, Hero, and Basil. They would just think that, and that's fine. It's a win-win for everybody. But for me, but for us on a personal level, that allowed us to express ourselves in plain sight, and we feel better about ourselves. We feel more fulfilled, more confident. Especially me, especially me because actually because I'm not usually the fronting personality. The reason why the channel was called Aozora Mashimaro is because Aozora was the main character of the channel. And the personality behind it wasn't me. It was actually Aozora, also known as the one who does Kel. Because they both got the same voice. They both have the same voice, basically. It's easy to recognize. It's easy to recognize the four of us because we have very distinct voices, taste, and mannerisms. Me personally, I used to be quite pretty inactive. Kind of, sitting on the back of my mind. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain that, but this is how it was basically. But to me, since I'm actually the host personality. But to me, I basically found my way to. It made me feel better because I don't know. I don't know how to explain that, how to approach that, but I was basically recluded. In my mind because I formerly was very lonely, very insecure, this kind of stuff, and and very vulnerable and guilty as well. Because this whole happened about because of an incident that happened 15 years ago. About an incident that happened 15 years ago. I'm not going to go too much into details about that. But basically, this led to me living as a hikikomori for 10 years, which is still ongoing, but this is about to end by the end of the year. Thanks to my career.
Due to your career and also your friends, you seem like you have good friends.
Yes, good friends. Yes,
yeah.
Very supportive ones. It used to be this whole VTubing thing. You used to be at first. It used to be because I was trying to basically found I was trying to find my escape from this abusive household in which I currently live, which I've been there for way too long, and basically has kind of robbed me of my opportunities. But this already got resolved because of my very supportive friends. Because by the end of because they have basically helped me found what I need to get out of here and go study abroad as a voice actor and finally be able to pursue my dreams. And that is done. So VTubing, would I still do VTubing even though I already got what I got? Yes, and I still kept doing it for fun. I still kept doing it for fun. And so the profit is a bonus, but it's no longer an objective. And when I did the Omori streams, it also was very, very fun. But then I realized it also was something very, very it was some sort of, how to say that? It was therapeutic, it was kind of like therapy to myself. It was therapy to people, and it was therapy to me at the same time. And it was a win-win for everybody, because honestly, when you realize the impact you have on people, when you can make them smile, when you can make their day, it honestly makes you very happy. And at the same time, you also make yourself happy because you get to express yourself as well. This is why when the whole thing happened a few days ago, the main reason why I was upset, it was not about, oh no, I can't make any more, no, I can't make any more buck from this. Because like I said, the profit is more, the profit was more of a bonus, more of a tip, not quite the objective anymore. even though it is technically my full-time job as of now. But I lost my train of thought right now. It's there. It's like therapy to myself. Oh yeah, and so basically the reason why it kind of got me upset is because the first thing I was worrying about was that I could not. The first thing I was worrying about was the people. Actually, the first thing I was worried
The
about is
viewers.
the people. Yeah, because they came here for something, and I cannot provide them that anymore. And I feel so bad for them. I feel so bad for them because I'm putting myself in their shoes, and some of them, I could say some of them got their lives saved. I guess they've been here at the right time too. Some of them really they find them relaxing, they find them funny, it makes them smile. Because it's kind of what I'm doing, what I think I'm doing is kind of a fan service kind of stuff, like, like when you go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
When you go to Disneyland and, you're like, oh, wow, I've seen Mickey or Goofy in real life, and this is kind of the experience I wanted to give them, basically, give them a chance to give life to their favorite character, give them a chance of interaction, and maybe, build something together. Let's just make some memes together. Let's just, and they were also very happy because my stream series was kind of its own AU, it was kind of its own alternate universe where a thing, kind of a post-game universe where a thing where we're doing fine after the game. Because some people felt like it was still kind of a bittersweet cliffhanger to them, and they really like that as well. And I really like that too.
And from what I understand, you are now continuing with new characters in quotation marks based on your personalities, right? Streaming, I mean.
Yes. Okay. So here's here's the thing. Here's the thing. What was I forgot. So here's the thing. The Omori characters, by extremely lucky coincidence, these characters were the perfect vehicles for my personalities because of how similar in certain aspects they were. So of course I am not. So of course we are not the official. We are not the canon / official. What the character should be acting like, but it's more like of an interpretation based on ourselves. Rather, that's what they were. So basically now we are continuing on streaming, but with their own characters. With this time with ourselves, and it's kind of a nice plan B because basically it's not because basically the viewers they are not losing anything because they are going to see the exact same personalities as before, just in their true form, I suppose. So let's just as ourselves, but really ourselves this time.
And you've
So
done one stream so far with the new ones, right?
yes, I did a stream. I did a stream actually yesterday.
How did that go?
Actually did a stream, and I was kind of afraid that this is not Sun anymore. I was afraid that people would just I was afraid originally that people were just on in just because they came for the content, but they didn't came for the creator. I was wrong. I was dead wrong. Yesterday, I started the first stream of myself, Alphie, and what happened is that I still had the same amount of turnout and support, and fight slightly even more too. This was positively surprising, and I think a lot of people have actually voiced their support toward the new cast, and this is making me quite happy because because I can easily move on. I can easily move on now.
I'm
Which is
glad
what
to
I
hear
want to do anyway.
that. So, however, you'll still be doing some comic dubs or skits, right? As the Omori characters.
All right. So yeah, I can still do. Yeah. According to the email, in which I think I did share with you, from what I can understand, the streams are off limits at this point. The streams are off limits. The streams are off limits. The streams are off limits. I am not even allowed to make crossovers. Apparently, according to what was written, I'm not allowed to make crossovers. Like, hey, this is Sunny, and this is hey, this is Sunny, and he's playing Undertale. Like Sunny Undertale. I don't know if you ever seen the Omori Tale stream, but we spent an entire day, basically making April Fool's stream, where basically Sunny was staring in Undertale with some funny soundtracks. But yeah, it was all for the memes. But yeah, I guess we're not allowed to do crossovers anymore, especially in the video titles, because as you have seen, they said that I do this for to promote my channel and maybe to clickbait. Who knows? Yes, maybe not. I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not gonna say no either, because there's a bit of right. There's a bit of right in it, I guess.
Yeah, I think usually in legal matters it's more about would someone be able to tell at just a glance that it's not official, and it's
See, the thing is that
unfortunate. Yes.
you see the thing is that it's kind of a rare compliment at that point, because it basically means my artist is making something that is mistakenable as official. Is that what you tell me? God, she's gonna be very happy when she hears that. But yeah, I guess yes. We, as the Cease Desist said, there's something that closely mimics the style of it. Yes, we did closely mimic the style. The reason why is because it was for the sake of immersion. It wasn't for the sake of impersonation or plagiarism. No. Plus, at no point I claimed to be an official, Omocat person. Like I never claimed to be affiliated or official at no point. To me, I saw that as a community project where I was basically providing fan service. That is all. That's the way I saw it myself.
Yes, and
So
some people have been scared that this might affect other fan artists, but to have it in the clear, right? Their problem was specifically about you earning money on this over a longer period of time, right?
say something about like long-term commercial use or something like that.
Yes.
That's what they said in the email. Yeah. I guess that's fair enough because, I mean, I guess it's really a gray line. This kind of stuff, it's not really black and white. It's kind of gray. It's kind of a gray zone, to be honest, because you've got people who are like literally selling like Omori Etsy stuff, and some of that stuff is very good too. It's literally using the IP and the trademark. But is it being allowed? Is it being allowed because it looks cuffed or something? Is it because it looks bad that the legal team be like, it's fine, like this can't be. As for me, I did not expect for something to happen like that, because you never heard of a from what I know, I've never heard of a cease and desist done for a YouTube show. I would imagine for a video game. Which, by the way, we are working on as a side project. But for a YouTube show, I never thought this would happen for a YouTube show. And yes, there was. And yes, there was revenue gain from it because I'm a streamer. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a streamer. I gotta make it worth. I gotta make it more worth my while, right? Especially if this is my current job.
Yes.
So yeah.
To clear a bit up about why they are allowed to sell fan works, Omocat has an official fan policy on. I don't remember where it's posted, but it does list that it's allowed to make fan products or merchandise that is themed after Omori in limited amounts. And there are a bunch of clauses that are specifically against big companies being used and so on. So I think you being caught in this probably is partially due to this anti-big company. Now, of course, you're not a big company, but I guess
No,
that's
not a
why they
big company.
mention long-term commercial,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah. So,
No,
so I don't think they think fan works are scuffed or anything. Just to not have that misunderstanding flying around.
I don't know. I don't know. Was I really a threat to that bottom line? I don't know. I'm not sure. Guess I was.
Yeah.
I guess I was. Well, thank you once again. Thank you for the real compliment. Apparently, I'm enough. You know what? Senpai noticed me. And apparently, I'm threatening enough to be given a shit about.
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah, but no. But people, I think people are just. I don't know. I don't know how many people heard about this. To be honest, I don't know how many people heard about this kind of incident. This might affect other fan artists? Question mark.
Probably not.
I don't think so. To be honest, I think they're in the clear.
Yeah. And just to end this segment of us talking about the situation and then going over to the general questions part in the notes I sent you. Just to all the viewers, remember not to attack any of the involved parties, because even if it's a joke, it might hurt them. So please keep your words in line.
No hate. No, honestly, no hate. Do I hate them after this? Honestly, no. Am I disappointed? Kinda, but you know what? They are in their rights. They are in their rights, and I had to comply. That's it. Honestly.
And make sure not to spam them or anything. That usually never helps. Yeah. Yes. Enough about this topic. General intro time. So
Much
how
better
did
to
you
you now.
first hear about Omori?
When I first heard about Omori, actually, I'm not even one of those people who like heard about it about like, oh, I was here like 6 years ago. I was so hyped about the trailer, but it was so long time ago. I was in high school and now I'm in college. Wow. No, I wasn't. Actually, I heard it from a friend, from a VTuber, a close VTuber friend of mine, who talked a lot about this game and was about to stream it. And at the time, we kind of had some sort of rivalry going on. So I was also getting the game first because I kind of wanted my piece of the pie by streaming first. And eventually, I actually genuinely enjoyed the game. I genuinely enjoyed the game, and that's how I heard about it
Yeah.
from a friend of
And
mine who actually heard about it 6 years
and
ago, I think.
oh,
Sorry.
no worries. Right.
We go on.
Yes. So YouTube has a lot of good Omori animatics. So do you have a favorite one or one you want to like give a shout out?
YouTube has a lot of good Omori animatics. Yes, they do. They have a very creative community, which I'm really happy to be part of. Omori animatics. Oh, that's which one? Which is one of my favorite one? Like I would say I have a favorite one, but I would seem like I'm biased because it's okay. You know what? I can't say one, but I'm gonna say two.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna say two. One is the animatics made by it's that one animatic. It's that is based on the SpongeBob audio, the light bulb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the light bulb. I thought, oh wow, that actually looks pretty nice and all that. Egghead, yeah, it's a light bulb made by Egghead. And the second one is it's actually a fan animatic of the stream that actually the skit that made me blew up, which was the two basils in via chat.
Ah, yes.
Somebody made a fan animatic. I was like, oh, it's so funny. And you know what? I'm gonna add a third one for bonus. Not an animatic in general, but a channel. It's what I think you guys know them. Yeah, it's Osulan. Good stuff. Go check them out
Yes,
if you haven't yet.
that's good.
They also They also They also gave me one of their comics to dub on, which was the Kel and Captain Spaceboy having a contest over their pet rocks. Yeah.
Ah, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. It was the art was made by them. They provided to me. Pretty nice person. Go check them out.
Yeah, and you mentioned a few already, but of the skits and comic dubs you've done yourself, which one is your favorite?
Of the skits and comics that I've done myself, which is my favorite. Okay, so I think I do. I think I do have a favorite. It's definitely the best brother one.
Ah, yes.
The best brother one, yeah. The one with Sally and Hero and Kel. It's definitely one of my most favorite.
Yeah, that is a good one.
And I really wish to find more comics like this, because I would gladly dub them. I really had a lot of good time doing this one, and I really was happy with the results.
Nice. So yeah, you heard it there. If anyone else has any good comics, uh, join join their YouTube channel. No, Discord channel, I guess. Discord server. Do you have
Discord
a
server.
suggestions channel where people can put the comics they want you to dub?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know what? You can reach me out on Twitter. You can reach me out on Discord and maybe YouTube, like wherever you can reach me out. I will gladly take your suggestions. I should make a suggestion channel. That's a good idea, by the way.
Yes. So,
You see, yeah.
so how many languages do you speak?
How many languages do I speak? Oh boy! Every time they ask me, hold on. So, well, there's by default there's English. So there's English. There's English. There's French, Spanish, Japanese, French, English, French, French. Wait, English, English, French, Spanish, Japanese. And then other languages. Other languages that I know but not fluent. I know but not fluent would be Italian, Russian, German, Danish. And a little bit of Korean and Chinese.
Wow, that's quite a list.
That's like 10 or something. I really like learning languages, to be honest. It's really fun. It's really fun because when you're a voice actor, honestly, learning a new language is basically voice acting to me. It's to me, it's part of voice acting. Because when you speak another language, you kind of switch between personas, kind of, to be honest. Because, like I said, learning a language is not about converting meanings in words. It's also about putting yourself in character. It's about understanding the mentality behind the words, so you can probably use them. Yeah. So I guess it's fun because it's part of acting, and I really like making friends, and I really like to connect with people. Sometimes there are people I really want to talk to, but we cannot understand each other, and it's frustrating. So that's also why I like to connect with people around the world. So when I see fans from all around the world coming from different countries, and they see that I speak multiple languages, it's I find myself kind of lucky that I can reply back to them sometimes. Yeah, it really makes it unique to me, and I might be even encouraged to learn more languages, especially like Russian. I would go deeper into Russian and Portuguese, just because of the viewers there, and I would like to talk back to them or even be able to read their comments. But yeah, languages are fun.
They are. Next question. What is your favorite game from 2020? Excluding Omori, if that is
Favorite
it.
game? Okay. What are the base games of 2020? This current year. We're talking about games released this year, right?
Yeah,
Then
or technically last year, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, my favorite game. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna put 3 games. Because I'm really bad at answering with one answer.
That's fine. That's
It
fine.
would be Half-Life Alyx, Doom Eternal, and Call of Duty 2019.
That's a
Modern
solid
Warfare
list.
2019. Modern Warfare 2019 / Warzone, yeah.
Nice. The next one is fun. on a scale from gay to gay, how gay are you?
All right. If we're talking about just me, normal gay, I guess. I'm I guess what happens? What happens if I see a cute boy? I feel like, oh, that's cute. Yeah, I suppose so. I guess I'm personally I consider myself to be pansexual. So yeah, I'm kind of I guess I can kind of. Okay, on a scale of gay to gay, how gay are you? Okay, I'll give it. You know what? I'll get 6 gays out of 10. I'll give it 6 gays out of 10, but not as much. But not as much. Not as much as my best friend UK, who is like 20 gays out of 10.
That's great. That's great. Your channel description mentioned that you have 12 years of experience in content creation, filmmaking, and game development. Can you talk about some of the stuff you've done there?
Yeah, I'll try my best. I'll try my best. 12 years of experience in content creation, filmmaking, game development. Yeah, boy, 12 years. No, that just aligns perfectly with some of my personal story. Content creation, filmmaking, game development. All right, so I've actually been around YouTube for actually 12 years. Had multiple channels in the past. I guess all trying to find what works and what doesn't. Sometimes it worked well, sometimes it didn't. We try with trial and error. But at the same time, like at the time you were just like a dumb teenager, so you also making lots of mistakes as well. That kind of forced you to start a new career every time. But let's see. What did I achieve? What did I do and what did I achieve? All right. I guess I was a filmmaker. I like to make movies like with VFX, visual effects, 3D animating. Like I'm one of those who all started like making like Gary's Mod videos, and then we moved on to Soul's Filmmaker videos, and then eventually we moved on into making like Blender animations. That's me. That's me. So 3D animation, video editing, the voice acting part actually came quite late, because for most of my 12 years experience, most of it was for behind the scenes kind of stuff. You see, it was mostly for behind the scenes kind of stuff. But I realized that I kind of got sick of always being behind the scenes. I wanted to be on stage instead, which is why I started really going into voice acting now. Game development, yes. Yes. Used to do a lot of level design for games like Half-Life, Team Fortress 2, Counter-Strike, Garry's Mod. Then I worked. Then I made a lot of maps basically, and then I worked from 2017. 2017, I started working on a side game project. It's a side game project I've been working on starting 2017. That actually includes the cast. That actually includes the cast of characters that we have now on the YouTube channel. You could call it an Omori inspired. You could call it Omori inspired game. You could call it Omori inspired game, even though the game, when I started making it, I didn't know about Omori at all. I was more like inspired by other games such as To the Moon, Eve, and Super Mario RPG Superstar Saga. Rather. But yeah, there will be some more inspiration in there. Of course, it is going to be. It's not going to be a mod. It's going to be its own game. It's going to be its own game, and it's going to explore. It's going to explore our headspace, as well as trying to represent the perspective of people who suffer from DID as well, which is something that is not which is a condition that is very misunderstood to this day, and is underrepresented. And I think and when I was talking about, by the way, when I was talking about my condition, there was a lot of people who actually came out with this because they were also very afraid to come out with such, because people tend to dismiss them as being crazy or like, oh, you just have schizophrenia. No, by the way, this is not having multiple personalities has nothing to do with mood swings or schizophrenia. Like we are not we are not like hearing voices. It's just that there's just more than one person. There's just more than one person, and they're actual people, you know. I know it might be hard for some people to grasp that concept, but they're actual people, and we are as sane as anybody else. To be honest, we are as sane as anybody else. But we sure got hurt in the past. So I would like to make a game basically that tells my story basically, of course, in a slightly gamified, maybe slightly romanticized way. But I really wanted to make it was basically a an art project of mine, and I think now it's starting to pick up. It's starting to pick up some momentum now that I might talk about it or even announce it in the future. We will see.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that then.
All right. Yeah. Very excited myself too.
So this last question, I guess, is more about the Aozora. But what do you think? What do you think about pop rocks?
What do I think about pop rocks? Oh boy, I feel like you know something about me if you. I feel like you know something about me if you specifically ask me about pop rocks. What do you think about pop rocks? Let's just say one day my best friend came with a bag of pop rock and started, kind of doing ASMR with it in the intent of annoying me. But it somehow gave me impure thoughts because I was thinking, oh wait, I was like, okay. I mean, I was like, I guess it was really random. It was a really random thought. When I was like, okay, what if you can dip someone's winner into pop rocks, you know? and then my friend's prank basically backfired on him, and now I won't let go. I won't let go with that joke. Yeah.
Yes. So for the last part of this interview, I'll be quoting 5 of your tweets, and then I'll see if you can remember the context in which you said them.
Oh, of course. Let's go back to the very old tweets where I probably got very angry and said something I don't mean anymore. But go for it.
I didn't see anything like that, at least. So you're in luck. Yes. First one. Apparently, I can only buy 23 Italy flags at once. $350 worth of Italy.
Okay. This is okay. That's a funny one. So basically, to give context, is they are those Japanese VTuber friends of mine. I used to I'm still hanging out with, by the way, and they mostly make content like Apex content, and they had a new member into their channel, and their name is Italy. Their name is Italy, and for some reason, also their name was Italy. And I kept asking him the question in Japanese. Hey, are you Italian? Like, are you Italian? Because I thought this guy maybe was from Italy, or maybe he was an Italy fan. And his name, I found out that his name on PUBG, on PUBG is literally Italy, like a very long name was just Italy. So we kind of bullied him over his name basically, and basically like photoshopped like the Italy flag on a lot of things, and I was like, and it's probably one of the, that tweet, it's basically 3 a.m. humor when you're tired and you got nothing better to do, and anything makes you laugh, and you're about to buy 250 Italy flags on Amazon, Yeah, just to bully someone. That was the context of it.
Great. Next one. I wish I was a VTuber.
Oh man, I wish I was a VTuber. I wish I was a VTuber. I think that was mostly in the before my career started, or at the early stages of my career. I wish I was a VTuber. Why did I say that? I think I said that because at the time, I didn't felt like I was one or had the qualifications to be one. And and also so I posted this ironic tweet where I posted, "Oh man, I wish I was a VTuber." It's just like if I posted the same tweet today and I was like, "Oh man, I wish I was a voice actor," which basically implies that I'm not. I guess I was kind of ironically posting an ironic tweet about how I kind of felt like I wasn't up to expectations or something. I don't know. I knew I was probably feeling down that day, yeah. But I was trying to make it sound funny.
So back to a bit lighter note again. CAPSLOCK gang exclamation point. CAPSLOCK gang exclamation point. CAPSLOCK gang exclamation point.
Oh, okay. CAPSLOCK, yeah. Okay, this was my VTuber phase where I wasn't even streaming yet. So most of my fan base was actually coming from Twitter followers before YouTube. And so basically what Aozora did. So basically what Aozora did is that he would make his character, he wanted to make his character distinguishable by making him basically overly energetic and I think he kind of got inspired by some other Twitter account, I think. And he just decided that everything he's gonna write from now on is just gonna be all caps. It's just all caps all the time. It's just all caps all the time. Like, you know what? Anything works to get people's attention, and it actually did, and people really liked the energy. Well, some people thought that was kind of obnoxious, but understandable. But yeah, that was the shtick. But eventually, even Aozora got tired of this, so kind of calmed down. But he still got the energy.
That's nice.
Oh,
Okay.
CAPSLOCK gang, and now CAPSLOCK gang. Hold on, let me finish. CAPSLOCK gang, also CAPSLOCK gang, because there was basically a following that came out of that, where people would just also talk in CAPSLOCK, and whenever I would come into a stream of someone else's, they would recognize, oh hey, that's Aozora, and then I would just just say hello, and then basically it's not really a raid. It's not really a raid because I'm not bringing people with me, but rather the people who already know me will certainly also all talk in all caps all of a sudden. That's the term CAPSLOCK gang.
A chat hijack, if you may.
Yeah, if that's the term, then yes.
I don't think there's an official term for it, but right. Next tweet. How about I tweet at Domo Arigatangs 69 times until he wakes up? Ha 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 ha.
Ah, ha ha ha. Okay, this Domo Ariga thanks guy. It was kind of a meme at the time. It was a guy who was basically popular for doing interviews of. He wanted to interview literally every VTuber, at least. Yeah, he wanted to interview almost every VTuber and all this. He's like known, like in the VTuber community, he's kind of known as the king of simps or something like that. Like that's why he proclaimed himself to be like the king of simps or something. Like really like literally the kind of guy who would just have like freaking monitors on his battle station, like 8 monitors. He would just watch 8 different streamers at the same time and just kind of throw money at the screen. That's literally a very accurate depiction of what he's doing. So and I, you know, he got to even like interview the big ones as well, like the corporate ones, the official ones, I guess, official-ish ones, I guess. And at the time, I think I was kind of bullying. I was kind of bullying his ass, I would say, you know. And at the time, he was kind of sleeping too. And I felt like, hey, what? It was kind of based on the, hey, ping the owner of the server, the get banned challenge, ping the owner of the server 19 times. You know, except it was basically the Twitter version of it. And I would just make one original post every, I don't know, like every hour or something, and I would just like, you know, but it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun, but at some point, there wasn't much feedback, and you know, but it was fun while it lasted. Yeah, it was just a whole bullying campaign where the whole VTuber Twitter community basically decided to, you know, harass him, but like harass him in good fun, basically.
Yes, no,
It was pumped.
He's a big one. I still see. He sometimes pops up on my Twitter feeds. I guess usually through VTuber fails, but yeah. Oh well. Right. For the last one, it's actually an audio file I want you to listen to.
Eh?
That's it's from a video that's of a tweet that you retweeted. So I want to see if you can remember where this is from.
I just finished reading a chapter, that's all.
Oh, I see. What was it about, if you don't mind me asking?
Gay porn.
Oh. Yes, that's me and UK. We were basically doing like 18 plus streams of we've been doing like 18 plus streams of Camp Buddy, because I never played this game before, you know, and I thought at first, oh, that looks like a very wholesome game. Oh boy, was I wrong. The title and the style was very misleading, and yeah, me and Yuki decided to have fun voice acting on this yaoi visual novel. That's the context, and I do remember that because he clipped that.
Yes, that was everything I had prepared. Do you have any last words? Just words.
Do you have any last words? Okay. Oh wow. Do you have any last words? You know what, guys? Hey guys, this is me, Alphie. I want to tell you one thing. Don't cry because it's gone, but cry because it happened. And guess what? It's gonna happen again. We're back. So come check us out.